Hello everybody, my name is Kirk Brenningham. Today we're going to go over brief exercise 8-8 from Wiley Plus. It says, presented below are data on 3 promissory notes. Determine the missing amounts. And we need to round our total interest and the annual interest rates to 0 decimal places. So I'll come back to this at the end, but I have an Excel here that will help. So here's the problem. We are given the date of each note, note A, note B, and note C. We're given each term of each note. We need to find the maturity dates based on the note date and the term. We're given the principal amounts, and we're given 2 of the annual interest rates, and we're asked to find this interest rate given the principal, the total interest, and the days in the term and the start of the term. And then lastly, we need to find the total interest of A and C. And in determining those, let's start off with the maturity dates because they will help us. So the maturity date for A is given in, or the term was given in days. So 60-day term starting April 1st. So April 1st to April 30th would be 29 days. Now remember, when we're counting in days, we need to exclude the note date, which is the first, or the date of the note, and include the maturity date. So we include the last day. So April 1st to April 30th, excluding April 1st, would be 29 days. And then we have from May 31st to the 1st would be 31 days. So we add those together and we get 60 days, which was the term for the note, note A. So we determine that the maturity date is May 31st. And you would just have to count like on a calendar to determine that. That's what I did. I'm just making it simple here. Or you can do it in your head. So for B, we know that the term of the note is 30 days from July 2nd. So July 2nd, we go down here, July 2nd to July 31st would be 29 days because we're not, remember, we're not including the note day. And then, so we need one more day, which would be August 1st, which would give us our total term date, our number of days for the term. So we find that the maturity date is August 1st. And then for C, our term is 6 months from the note date, which is March 7th. This will be a little easier. So it's just 6 months from that date, which would be September 7th. Doesn't matter. The months have 31 days. It's just 6-month period. So we go up here and we have September 7th. Now let's go ahead and determine the total interest rate for A. So what we do is we use this formula. It's not quite like it is in the book, but they use the face value of a note, which would be the principal in this case, times the rate, or the annual interest rate, times the time, which is time in terms of a year. So for A, we're given the principal amount of $605,200, and we multiply that by the annual interest rate, which is 11%. And we have to put that into decimal form. So it's 0.11 times the time, which is 60 days in the term, divided by 360. It's not 365. Tell us in the book that we need to use 360. So in calculating that, we come up with the total interest, and multiplying all of that, we come up with the total interest of $11,095, and that is rounded to the nearest dollar, as instructed. And then for B, we need to find, we're given the principal and the total interest. We need to find the annual interest rate. So we use the same formula, and we just solve for the rate. So we're given the principal amount of $94,530 times the rate, which we're trying to determine, times the time, which is the term, which is 30 days, divided by 360 days, which would give us, or which we're given, which is the total interest in the problem. And then we're going to isolate rate. So we take the rate. The formula would be rate is equal to the $630 interest rate, or total interest, sorry, divided by the principal times the reciprocal of the time, which would be 360 days divided by 30 days in the term. And if we calculate that out, we calculate the rate, we're given 8%, which is rounded. It comes out to like 7.99%. But if we round it to the nearest percent, it's 8%. So then we insert it there. And last but not least, we're to determine the total interest of note C, the promissory note C. So we take the principal times rate times time equals total interest, that formula. And so the principal, which we're given, is $112,550 times the 8%, which is the annual interest rate, times the time, which has 6 months in the term, divided by 12 months, which is the months in a year, because time is in terms of a year. And if we multiply all those figures together, we get the total interest rounded to the nearest dollar of $6,190. All right. Well, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you. All right.